Next, we're going to move on to the hanging leg raise, which is another bottom-up ab movement that's going to effectively hit the lower abs as a result. And in fact, this exercise was shown in 2 separate EMG analyses to elicit the highest lower abs activation when compared to several other abs exercises. However, just like with the reverse crunch, its effectiveness on lower ab activation is highly dependent on how you perform it, as this can again very easily become a hip flexor dominant movement when done incorrectly. So to correctly perform it, start by hanging onto a bar, or you can set up on a captain's chair leg raise if the hanging version is too difficult for you. Either way though, before you initiate the movement, move into posterior pelvic tilt by again flexing the core and tilting the pelvis upwards like so in order to flatten the curvature of your lower back. And then from here, rather than thinking about just raising your legs up, I want you to simply think about raising the pelvis up and curling it towards the belly button as much as your ab strength allows you to, which is just going to bring the legs up with it as a result. By consciously thinking about this while avoiding swinging and using momentum, you'll be able to successfully shift tension away from the hip flexors and onto the lower abs. But if this movement is initially too difficult for you, you can start with bent knees and use the same cues I previously went through. And then as you get stronger, you can both gradually straighten the knees out more and lift the pelvis and legs higher up to make the movement more difficult. And then when that becomes easily done for 15 or more reps, for example, you can then load the movement with a weighted dumbbell or weighted ball to ensure that you're continuously progressing and effectively growing the lower abs over time.